In this video, we're going to be talking about Ja'Marr Chase, wide receiver from LSU, and how he's the best overall wide receiver in this draft class, and how he could be a monster in fantasy football. And we're going to talk about that right now. What's going on, guys? Bruce Matson, your host of the show, Metric Scout Fantasy Football, the channel where we talk about Dynasty, redraft, recruiting, NFL draft, all of it, because it all matters. If that's something that's important to you, if you want to be better at Fantasy Football Dynasty, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, tell your friends, tell your homies, because we're here to bring the noise. But today's a big one. I don't know why I haven't done this video yet. I don't know why. I've been slacking on you guys. I mean, I'm just doing videos almost every day, but Ja'Marr Chase, top wide receiver in this class, there's no real argument against that. Some people have Devonta Smith as number one. Recency bias is a mother. Ja'Marr Chase is our dude, though. Looks the part instantly on the field. There's a lot of good things to say about him. There's hardly any red flags at all on his profile. Route running's crisp, sells routes, knows how to technically sell them with his head, shoulders, eyes, breaking them off. He's pretty crisp, very light on his feet, and very aggressive. This guy likes to play bully ball when the ball's in the air. He likes to bully those DBs, and he's aggressive. And then that makes him aggressive after the catch. And he can high point the ball. He's good at getting downfield, making plays, reading the ball while it's in the air, tracking it, coming down with it. There isn't really much this guy can't do. He's good on the short, intermediate, and long game. So he's got his putter, his wedges, and he can bomb it down the fairway. Ja'Marr Chase is all that in a bag of chips. Broke out 19.5 with a 29.55% market share. He only had one productive season, but we saw enough that year. Catching 84 balls, 1,780 yards, 20 touchdowns. Didn't play this year, but we don't need the tape. We don't really need it. I noticed there's a lot of people questioning him taking the year off. What could he be doing? Could that cause him to take a step back? Objectively, I mean, it's not outside the realm of possibility, but it's highly unlikely. This guy knows what's on the table for him. He knows that he has a lot of potential. He knows he has the potential to make a lot of cash, and he's not going to mess that up. A lot of players get injured and miss a lot of time. This is no different, and he's not rehabbing from something. If you see pictures or videos of him working out or whatever, and he's fat, then there's issues. But they're not. It's not been popping up here. Ja'Marr Chase is going to be good to go. There could be a chance he's a little rusty in camp. All wide receivers start up slow, but I don't think so. I'm not feeling it. Even though they're college athletes, they're still professionals. It's different. This era of player, they got camps. They've been doing this all along. He's ready, man. I am confident. I am very confident he's good to go, unless he's some kind of savage that we don't know about and he loves the party. He's got that Nick Diaz lifestyle or whatever, but I highly doubt it. We don't know these players too. Just because you're not playing or playing, it doesn't matter. We don't know what you're doing on Saturday night after the game. We don't know what you're doing Sunday morning. I can't say yes or no to any of these guys. Any of these guys who got ranked, all of them could be blowing the weekends together. We don't know. So why am I going to spend all this time trying to figure out whether Ja'Marr Chase has been working out during this time? We've seen some pictures of him. We've seen him at the performance institutes and stuff like that. He looks all right. That's all we got. He's probably at the pro days and stuff going to run good. Guarantee it. He's not. He's fine. Let's get off of that. Let's get into some real talk. Let's talk about some real stuff here. It's none of this fake stuff that people who don't really pay attention to football talk about. So Ja'Marr Chase has strong hands, strong catch point, and is a monster. And then after the catch, he's gangster as well. I can't really find any flaws. He looks the part of a guy, of a prospect who is going to shred the NFL. If I had to put bets on him, I could. Is that fair to say for him? Because that's lofty goals. It might be. But we know he's going to be one of the first wide receivers drafted. He's being mocked high by big media. It's going to be between him and Devonta Smith. I don't see Jalen Waddle going ahead of him. If they do, that's insane. But it's between him and Devonta Smith, and he's a better player than Devonta Smith, right out. The only reason people rank Smith ahead of him, Smith had a big year this year. I understand recency bias on that. And Jamar Chase hasn't been playing, so out of sight, out of mind. But it's hard to forget about 20 touchdowns, 1,700 yards, and just bombs away with Joe Burrow. There's just comes a point where you just got to take that shot on a player. And I don't see him just becoming nothing like N'Keal Harry. N'Keal Harry was not near this productive. Market share standpoint, yeah, but not 1,720 touchdowns type deal. Not taking over college football. Not a consistent highlight reel. Not bullying NFL caliber cornerbacks on a consistent basis in the SEC. The guy has a lot of promise. Everyone's going to be chasing running backs in these rookie drafts, which makes sense because running backs are very coveted. There's just a supply and demand. There just aren't that many of them, and they get hurt more often. And there's more wide receivers to choose from. So I understand going with some of the running backs over them. But ultimately, when you look at the odds of being a straight-up unicorn from this draft, a guy who blows up, it's hard to not have Jamar Chase as the 101. It's hard to convince me otherwise. And I think he is my 101 for me. Like, I get it. You want to get those running backs because they're harder to get. You got to pay an arm and a leg to get a top-tier running back compared to some of the higher-up wide receivers. It's just when you have a player like this who blew up, who took over college football at LSU, got LSU a national title, got Joe Burrow drafted really high, made people question Justin Jefferson, maybe made Clyde Edwards-Helaire look good, maybe helped his draft capital. You got to think, Justin Jefferson was on this team, and he was overshadowed by Jamar Chase. And look what Justin Jefferson did. This is a lazy correlation trap type take deal, but look what Justin Jefferson did. Look what Jamar Chase did. Jamar Chase overshadowed him. Justin Jefferson blew up in Minnesota. Blew up. Top wide receiver in Dynasty right now. Jamar Chase has that potential. And I use the word potential because we know about them rookie wide receivers and we know how volatile they can be. If he busts his first year, if his rookie year is not what we expect it to be and say he's not productive, big time buy. You're buying Jamar Chase until he's out of the league. Even when his value's tanking, you're buying. You want to take as many stabs at that talent while you can. Is it likely? No. Is it likely he'll be a wide receiver 1 in fantasy year 1? Probably not. But he's going to flash. He's going to look good. But we're going to see him, or he's more than likely going to take over in the next couple of years. He has the potential to. He has everything you want in a wide receiver 1. He has the size. He has the speed. He has the assertiveness at the catch point. He's aggressive. He has that my ball mentality. He's a lot of dogging. He has that I will never lose mentality when he's taking snaps on the field. And that's something that you don't get with most players. And that's something that's not going to go away because he took a year off. When it comes to odds, when it comes to him becoming a top-tier talent at the NFL level or fantasy in general, it's good. It is about as high as you can get for a wide receiver. The only thing I would love out of this profile is another year of high-end production. But you cannot beat 1,700 yards, 20 touchdowns, taking over college football, just pretty much being the Saturday night show at LSU. You just can't beat that. There's not many players in the history of college football that has shown that. And he was the gas that ignited the fire at LSU to being one of the greatest offenses of all time. You can't take that away. I get Devonta Smith was pretty similar this year, but Jamar Chase is more in that mold. He has more of the size. He has more of the aggressiveness. And it's not like Devonta Smith's a bad player. Just what we saw from last year from Jamar Chase was better. More exciting. More highlight reel plays. Highlight reel plays isn't everything, but it's not like he's not technical either. It's hard to bet against him. I don't know anybody that really does not like Chase. One thing people are saying that is kind of asinine about him is that they're trying to say he's not athletic, that he's slow. I've seen that in several places. I've seen that like on Twitter, I've seen that on TikTok even, and I am going to say this, he's more than fast enough. He's not an electric burner. He's not going to stretch the field. He's not a low 4.3 guy. We got to stop using that as a red flag. There's slow, there's fast enough, there's more than fast enough, and then there's just straight jets. There's like Will Fuller speed, and then there's the other guys. Jamar Chase is more than fast enough. He's fast enough to stretch the field, he's fast enough to get downfield, he's fast enough to be dangerous in the open field, and he can be nasty after the catch. He can get the yards after the catch. He's aggressive. The aggressiveness is more important than probably elite level speed, because once you catch the ball off a slant, once you get the ball in your hands, you're likely to break a tackle. You're more likely to run through DBs, run through arm tackles, and get the extra yards. And then usually you're on the perimeter, you're on the boundary area when you are a wide receiver. And if you're very aggressive like that, and you run through guys, a guy like Jamar Chase is fast enough to eat up long gains, let alone touchdowns. And you could see that. You may be seeing that early on in his career, especially gets those opportunities. He's a top 10 guy overall in the NFL draft, top 12 probably at worst, and highly doubt he slips past 15. He's going to have draft capital. He's got breakout age. He's got market share on his side. He's got high productive counting stats. The only thing statistically is he got one season of production, but at this rate, it doesn't matter. We've seen enough on tape. We know he's good. That's all I got about Jamar Chase. I can talk about him in circles all day long, and I just really like the player. I like the player. I want him on all my Dynasty teams. He is definitely Bruce Matson certified. He is a guy I want. I will gladly ride the ship if it busts. I'll gladly do it. This is a profile that I would hitch my wagon to every single time, no matter what happens, because I feel that confident in him. Thank you for watching the show. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you made it this far into the video, you might as well. 82% of you that are watching these shows are not subscribed. We need to fix that right now. I'm going to be here for a while, spitting out videos, getting you guys ready for them rookie drafts, dynasty startups, fantasy football season redraft, and everything. Show me some love. Ring that bell. Tell your homies. And I'll catch you next time.